Well, everyone, WWDC 2023 is almost here. Like literally, it's 11:34 right now. And oh, so basically, in a little less, how long until 1 p.m.?
1 p.m. 25 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm not sure if you heard what Lady A said, but I'm in 1 hour and 25 minutes and like 30 some seconds. So it's almost here, like literally. Like in about an hour-ish or something like yeah, in an hour-ish. So these are my WWDC 2023 wish list items. However, I'm not gonna be going over any rumors or leaks. These are just my personal wish list items, but I want to see them releasing today at DubDub. However, after WWDC is done today, I'm gonna be watching it, so I'm not gonna be recording anything. I'm just gonna like sit and like watch it, on my TV, on my big screen TV. Felt like in the past few years I've had to watch it on some like computer. Like last year, last year I watched it on my laptop. The year before I was busy, so I watched it later, and then the year before that, I watched it on our old desktop Mac. So this will be the first year I'll be able to watch it on the full screen on my TV. So that will be exciting for me. So I'm gonna be basically broadcasting a historic moment. Well, not broadcasting, because broadcasting would mean I'd be screen sharing it on here, but that's not what I'm doing. So after WWDC is done, this video will go up before WWDC, however. But after WWDC is done, then I'll go back and then be like, oh, like basically like a recap. Before I begin, note that before I begin, this recording is made just a couple hours basically before WWDC 2023. I'm recording this on Monday, June 5th, 2023 at around 11 o'clock a.m., 11:37 a.m. I had to find my mouse there, by the way. Eastern time. WWDC does not start until 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, which is 10 o'clock a.m. Cupertino, California, in our Pacific time. WWDC is an Apple event that happens every June where they release new software like iOS and macOS, like what I'm using like right now to do this. I mean, right now I'm using Zoom, but like to find my mouse here and shake my mouse to find it and enlarge that, that's part of the macOS operating system. It's small, but features like that are released at things like WWDC and iPadOS and WatchOS and all that stuff. iOS, not too significant because it's like iOS has everything, and then macOS gets it some years not. This past, like in 2022, macOS got some of those big things that iOS has. So really, iOS does not really not a big wish list. So for iOS interactive widgets, um, I heard that from the leakers, and that was added automatically to my wish list. Then whatever Apple has updates leaves, they always come up with new features. I'm not re trying to reveal what they could have up their sleeves, but then after I'll do like a reflect and a recap, all of that. iPadOS. Subject images like in macOS or iOS, you know, where you can, highlighted, copy and paste it. Calculator app. Come on, guys. Apple, seriously? You released the weather app last year, but you still haven't released the calculator app for iPad. There's no excuse not to release a calculator app today. If after WWDC or when I go to bed or like or at the end of this week, once all the beta users are able to get their hands on and see new features that Apple didn't release, if the calculator app is not on there, that's gonna be really bad for all of us Apple fans. Interactive widgets, right? If they do it on iOS, they should do it on iPadOS. There's no excuse to make iPadOS like later in the train. Catch up, guys. Text images, like in iOS and macOS, guys. Customizable lock screens like in iOS. We need a health app, right? For those who don't have iPhone but also want to do the things, or maybe let's say you've got an iPhone but your iPhone's in charging in one corner of the house and you don't want to run to it and you're on your iPad and want to see all the medications you've logged on your iPhone. You could do it on iPad too. Apple Watch app, simple, right? Once you've got an Apple Watch but you don't want to run over to your iPhone to change settings or whatever, you could do it on your iPad too. Same thing with wallet, Or let's say you've got a little child that doesn't have an iPhone, then that way you could use it to scan passes on like on a ginormous iPad. Then Apple Music Classical. They released Apple Music Classical to Android and but they released it to Android before all the other ones. Only the iPhone is the only Apple device that has it. macOS. Health app, because of course the same reason I explained. Interactive widgets. Yes. See up here where the date is? I'm not gonna click it because it's gonna interfere with my recording here. But if you click this, if you're a Mac user and you click this, then it opens running like Big Sur later. If you click on that, then you can get widgets. So if they do interactive widgets on the iPhone and iPad, it's only right to do it on a Mac too. Customizable lock screens. So that one's a question. Because I'm fine with the Mac lock screen the way it is, I am not interested. I'm not really hoping that they would change the lock screen on the Mac to look like iPad or iPhone. I think that would look ugly on the Mac. Maybe even it would take up a huge lot of memory. So just keep the lock screen the way it is on the Mac. Health app and Apple Watch app for the same reason why I would want an iPad to have that. And the wallet app as well. Oh yeah, you could like in the airport, like you could hold your Mac up, like scan your Mac, like you could hold your laptop. Or just like view the rewards cards you have or whatever. Then an Apple Music Classical app, of course. tvOS, okay, so you get a good idea there. Third party TVs. Apple Music Classical, Photos app, Podcast app. And then I couldn't think of any other ideas. WatchOS. I think Apple Watch is good as it is, so I don't really have any wish list items. Hardware time. These are my hopes for hardware at this event. So when I wanted to go on apple.com, to look at the hardware they had, but that happened when I went onto apple.com. an iMac Pro like what they had in 2017. So can you tell which one's the original and which one's my concept? If you're an Apple fan, you already know, but if you can't tell, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one. You could probably tell because of the bad quality. Mac Pro cheese grater. Oh, I forgot to put like what I thought the interior would look like for that, so I'll go and screen share that. Mac Pro monitor, right? If they release a new cheese grater run, so they literally said at the last at one of the in the event about a year ago, and we still have not gotten the updated Mac Pro, like the cheese grater, not the iMac Pro thing that I showed you all that I'd hope, but the Mac Pro, right? That's like the only Mac that still has Intel that's on the apple.com. Hopefully they do something because after that, then the transition to Apple Silicon will be complete in line and we all will be happy. So if they do that, then upgrade the Mac Pro monitor to add like cameras and features that the Studio display has for the Mac Studio. So basically, a Mac Pro monitor for the Mac Pro, right? You could still name it Pro Display XDR, but it would be updated basically. And then the big thing, the historic thing that we all think could happen, that would be a new piece of hardware. So I think the Mac Pro would have to have some sort of M chip. I didn't know which kind, so I just put the M1. That's basically my concept of what it would look like. Please like and subscribe and share with a friend and comment down below. What do you think? And this event should be historic and epic. And I'll see you all in the next video.